Simon, always tough to lose against our nearest and dearest rivals on Derby Day. What's the atmosphere like in the changing rooms down there?
Yeah, not pleasant, as you can imagine. Yeah, they sting a bit. Well, every loss stings a bit, to be fair. But you know what it's like when we've beat them. You smile a little bit broader and whatnot. But look, credit to them. I thought they came with a plan. They scored off a couple of kicks. Kicked quite well, to be fair, and challenges in that way. But I just said it downstairs, and I'm mindful. I don't want to be a broken record. I want to make sure I'm giving an honest account. He's always honest, but we just killed ourselves at our own errors. So 2 kick-offs on full, not just out. Couple of balls on the ground in our 20. Just simple, basic skill errors. That's in the first half. Discipline as well. I've got a penalty count. It's very one-sided. I don't know if it evened up and we've got it quite right or not. I don't know, but yeah, penalties. So discipline is again a constant issue we've been speaking about. But I think it's more the fact that the gains they're getting off our errors. But second half, I thought we were a better team. We looked, when we went set for set, we started to tip the field in our favour, and then we just let them out too easily. And then there's just one pivotal moment where we had a minute left with Cav in the sin bin, which obviously when you chase it's not nice to have someone in the sin bin because it sort of thwarts what you can do really when you try to chase some scores down. But yeah, Cav had about a minute left. Play 4-6 again. They score straight away. Never throughout the game did I feel like it was gone. I always thought we had enough and there'd be a chance for us. I think had that not happened and we'd have survived that set, Cav comes back on the field, we'd have had probably 7 minutes, 8 minutes left maybe, where we'd have had a few opportunities. And we took a couple near the end, didn't we? But yeah, just really disappointed. Our errors, our discipline, ultimately is what lost us again.
There's certainly plenty of effort there as well. Is it, I know you don't want to sound like a broken record, but was it a case of cut out the mistakes and the win would definitely come?
Yeah, that has been the story for a few weeks, and that's why we've been up, down. Yeah, it's really frustrating. Effort, no, that can't be questioned, and it won't be. They are trying really hard. We all are, everyone, and there's no one more frustrated than the blokes that have just been stood in that room, reflecting on the game. We're all hurting, we're all good, but it is what it is in this game. And yeah, if we can tidy up those bits that we are in control of, there's a couple of obvious ones. Eben Sker's got a really nice curve to his carry, and he carries sideways, and we discussed that in the week about how we tackle that. And instead, we did polar opposite and give penalties on play 4, a couple on him. Yeah, if we can tidy that up, we've got a better chance of coming out the right side of the scoreline. It was a good game, it was a contest. Both teams completed highly in pretty average conditions, to be fair. But yeah, Bradford didn't make as many mistakes or quite as pivotal as we did.
Quite a lot of penalties that we did concede. Some were puzzling from the referee. What were your thoughts on the sin bin incident with Cav?
I don't disagree with some of it. I think Woody got tackled in air down here first half. I thought that was a bit of an odd decision. There's a couple more in amongst. It kind of ebbs and flows, doesn't it? Over the course of the season, I think it probably evens up. But yeah, the sin bin one, he surrenders, he's going down, and you're well within your rights to tackle him, obviously. From the angle I've got, I'm from this side, I couldn't see anything untoward, but I think he called reckless head contact. I don't know. I've got no idea. Yeah, just adds to the frustration, I suppose.
I said to Dan before in the interview, we've got 2 home games, which are massively important now after that game. Looking forward to the cup game slightly. Have you kind of worked out the formula to beat Bradford after tonight, or will we see a different Bradford or a different Halifax for that matter?
Well, you might see a different Bradford because obviously they were not going to have the dual reg players and whatnot. They'll get a couple of their bands back. Do you know what? I don't think we'd need to do a whole lot more different. You've kind of already said it. It's the obvious one, and it's easy to point out. It's point out the problem, which is errors and indiscipline. The solution is the hard bit, because no one means to do it, no one plans to do it, and it's not the same individual, as we've said time and time again, Mike. Where again, broken record, but if the same individual is dropping the ball all the time, take them out and give them a rest. If it's the same person coming up with the penalties every time that person comes and has a rest, and you know, you can work it out that way, but it's kind of scattered across the field, and again, no one's doing it on purpose. They're as frustrated as I am, as we all are as fans and people who are invested in the club. But we just got to be patient, honest, and try our best just to keep tidying up those areas, and it will come. And you know, if we start pointing the finger at referees and whatnot and blaming other people with stuff that's beyond our control, it'll probably take longer for it to turn for us. We just got to keep coming with the same effort, persevere, and again, tidy up those bits.
Look, a bit of positives. Brandon Moore came up with the real captain's knock, won man of the match award. He just involved in every tackle, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a machine. Got out of my half a bit more. Been pretty critical of him there. I think we've got some yin and yang there, aren't we? Where Tom is quite active and it all looks a bit fast and busy. Where Brandon's he's putting his body through a ringer really and making all those tackles and covering for people. I've been critical of how often he's carrying the ball, but he's got out there tonight and did a few good runs, to be fair. He's the same every week, and often it goes unnoticed because it's not always flash. It comes up with the effort areas. Tops them more often than not. He was good. There was a lot of good performers in there. I thought Danbury were really good as well. Jake Mason got over, showed some speed. I could keep going, mate. I thought they all tried hard and they all had some good moments, but a handful had some pretty average ones as well.
Saw a big crowd, in excess of 3,000 in front of the TV cameras. What's your message to the fans to kind of keep the faith with us in these sort of hard times?
Yeah, obviously it's appreciated. Monday night, to get a crowd like that, I'm quite pleased with. Obviously we've played a lot of Monday nights over the last 12 months and they're not always great, but everyone's come out tonight and braved the weather, and I think just like I said, just stick with it really. I don't think anyone can question their effort. I don't think you become a bad team or a bad club overnight. We've just got some areas that we really need to sharpen up. Again, I can't express how frustrating it is for everyone concerned. It's because we care, I suppose. Just want them to keep caring, keep supporting. I mean, as I said before, just on a different question there, it's easy to point out the problems. What are you kicking the ball out on full for, Louis? You haven't done that on purpose. And I could say the same. Salty, he might have done 20 carries tonight, worked really hard, throws one poor ball in yardage out, and you ask him, why did you do that? Salty? He's doing it for the right reasons, to try and get us up the field, but we're just not getting the right side of that outcome. Because again, it's all based on outcomes, isn't it? If Salty's ball goes to hand, if the kick-offs land a metre front back line, you're going, I could kick that away, but it's them fine margins sometimes that you get caught out by. But yeah, look, we've got more supporters, if you like. I think I'm guilty of it as a fan of other sports. You get dirty on your team when they're not doing what you want them to do or whatever, but I think the supporters are the ones that matter, and I think we've got 10 of them for every one. There's the fan mentality. We all want to win. We just keep supporting and keep helping these lads because they are doing the very best.